What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing Married at First Sight. This is season 16, episode 3, Music City Matrimony. They got to come up with some corny line. I guess that's referring to Nashville's known for Music City. Well, for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews of reality shows. I don't hit every scene. I try to pick out the most important details and maybe pick up a detail or two that you may not have seen. And as I told you in my intro, I am YouTube's number one commenter. So this channel is all about the comments. This is what I do it for, because anytime I'm thumbing around with YouTube, I'm in somebody's comments who I respect their channel. So after a while, I got my own channel, and I need my channel flooded with comments. Our channel, because without y'all, I ain't doing nothing. So all I ask is, while you're in the comments, just be respectful, because you're amongst the Dub fam, and all I ask for respect. But the motto of this channel is say what you say. So I don't care how you feel. If you want to talk about Jasmine got 3 jobs, but none of them have a dental plan package in there, or if you want to talk about Kirsten, she's the baddest beauty queen, but she missing a side tooth too, and got a nerve to be talking about Shaq, do so. Ain't nobody gonna hold you to that. That's what you think. So let's go ahead and get started in this one. Normally with Married at First Sight, I do individual couples, but we're not here because they still dragging us through the mud with these weddings. I don't even know if everybody's still married. If they pop up with a wedding next week and close that out, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't even know. I don't even understand. Sometimes I feel like they want 100 episodes so they can be syndicated in one season. I don't know, but let's go ahead into it. So we pick up with the runaway groom, who is Eris, but I really can't put that on Eris because that scenario kind of comes up because of his play cousin, who got him fighting for his marriage before it even started, and I got to keep saying play cousins. I've heard in the YouTube world, I don't remember hearing it for myself, that they stated this is this man's first cousin. Like I said, it's just a lot it's hard. It's difficult to believe that a woman who hugs her male cousin, puts her leg up in the air, or is so adamant of him not getting married, where it looks like, they've dealt with each other on that level before. So, I call him his kissing cousin. But at this point, Eris is he's so frustrated with her behavior. He's like, listen, like, if you don't have anything positive to contribute, like with me in this day or whatever, you need to just go on in there and sit down in the church house or whatever. Sit down or stand up on the wall. I don't care. Just don't bring that negative energy here. And I get that because, of course, he's got some nerves and some thoughts or whatever. He don't need somebody telling him, oh, you don't need to do this. You shouldn't do this. I got the car waiting. It's full of gas and all that. Come on now, lady. Go sit down somewhere. So let's switch over to his bride. So Jasmine, she comes on down the aisle, and while she's being given away, Eris is, doing his thing like, he like, I don't know. It was kind of awkward. Maybe I believe he was showing his appreciation for his beauty queen. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say, looking at it, I'm not sold. I'm not sold at all. Not that Jasmine isn't beautiful, but when he saw her, his only comment was like, "You're tall. You're tall." So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he has that type of difficulty in his life because pretty much Jasmine was a little taller than him at the altar. So we know that's going to come up. So once Jasmine and Eris, they get alone after their ceremony, Jasmine is in her confessional saying that she's pretty much attracted to her husband. He's easy on the eyes. When I hear people say that, I think I'm hearing a fake compliment where they don't really think you're that attractive. You may not be butt ugly, but they don't really think you're that good looking. So I don't know. I don't know if she's even really attractive. She said she was, but I just noticed I noticed that Jasmine did not forget that she's taller than him, or she'll say, well, maybe we're the same height because I got on heels or whatever. But that's a thing. And that is a thing in real life. A lot of women want taller men. And the crazy part is there's not enough tall men to go around. You know, when you hear all the shows on Kendra G and whoever else, first thing is I want a man with 6 feet. You know, I want a man with 6 feet. In real life, there's not a lot of 6 feet men in the whole world. There's more 5 feet men in the whole world than 6 feet. And I guess that's why men share a whole lot of women, because they're only 6 footers. I don't know. But it's a thing in real life. It matters. I don't know if it's a pull in procreation. I want my kids to be big and tall or strong. I don't know. Who knows? But it's a real thing. So the thing that I really noticed, like after they got married, Eris barely gives Jasmine eye contact, and to me, that's a telltale sign. It's like he don't like her. He's got something else going on, because I can't believe that he's like a shy type personality. I don't know him personally, but I don't get that from him. I just don't get that at all. And you know, that'll come out. That'll come out why he's that way or whatever. I don't believe that just like, oh, that's a part of his personality. But the real story is like Jasmine, let's say, drop the bomb or let some information out that like, hey, I got 4 dogs. And like, that's like a lot to take in. Like, whoa, I got 4 dogs. But we're going to get to that part later. We're going to further explore that. Let's go to the next couple. Let's go to Dominique and Mac. I don't like to say Macklin and all that. It's too long. And Dominique barely know his name. So I get that. She should just call him Mac. But I don't really, you know, they're going into this ceremony, and I don't really get how they keep preaching or putting this label on Dominique. Like, she's so mature. She's so mature. Like how? What is she displaying or saying that, you know, she's so mature? She may be mature for a 25-year-old. She may have the maturity level of a 26-year-old. That's about all I'm gonna give her. So, but I guess she's calm, cool, and collected. You know, maybe she doesn't realize what she's doing or how big the step is. But over on the other side, Mac is like freaking out. And he's freaking out because he felt like he wasn't descriptive enough about like what type of woman he's looking for. And he doesn't want to regret, I guess, not filling the paperwork out and then giving him any and everybody. You know, that is going to be a thing. But at this point, if you're allowing an experiment or an arranged marriage, you got to kind of like take what they give you. That's all you can do, because if not, you would pick your wife or husband for yourself. And you know, that really falls on like with Kirsten and Shaq, because like she's striking this man out. You know, he got a bald head. He didn't ask to kiss her. I get that. We didn't bring that up before, but I get that she wanted him to ask to kiss her, and especially in this day and time where like you got to have permission and be careful of what you do and what you not to do, especially with a woman, so you won't offend her. So like just to lean in and assume that you were going to kiss her, I can see that, but I can't really give Kirsten any credit because she's looking for a reason not to like Shaq. Why? Because she's not attracted to him. You know, maybe he's not giving off that good energy that he should be. Or again, she don't like the scar on his head. She don't like the bald head. You know, what 30-plus-year-old man? Well, it's plenty of people with hair, but it's plenty of people who don't have hair. And guess what? You'll end up losing your hair. Most men anyway. So like, you marry your husband, he got hair, he loses hair, you done with him? You know, that's very shallow and superficial. And hey, I don't believe, I'm totally certain that Kirsten filled out her part of the application and what she wants, like I guess how the man looks or whatever. But you got to go with what Mavs give you, because you know you're not going to find a Morris Chestnut or Boris Kojo in the cast members. Like, they don't need to be on Married at First Sight. The women be lining up to marry them, so why would they need that be an arranged marriage? I mean, you got to get realistic, you know. So I guess out in the world, those Borises and Morris's. they don't have to feel a need in a rush to get married because they have so many choices at times. So yeah, this is the wrong show for her. But let me get off her. Let's go into let's go into Mac's situation because I need to speak on that. When I say Mac's situation, it's like oddly enough, Mac is not from Nashville, or he doesn't live in Nashville. He moved to Nashville. He's been there about 4 months, and he moved to his friend's parent house. And then they switched it up on us because they made it seem like his friend was a guy, but turns out that his friend is one of his groom's women. It's a woman, and she lives in Washington State, and her parents live in Nashville. And just the fact of the matter is, like, how does that process work? So at some point in these 4 months, he has applied to Married at First Sight. See, I don't believe that story. I believe that because the story was in Nashville, they asked him to move to Nashville or what have you. Because something is really missing about that. This guy's supposed to be in a successful cannabis business and all that, and he had to live with his friend's parents. And I'm thinking, like, he can't live with his initial friend, which was originally a guy, or does his friend live with his parents too? I don't know. It's so confusing. Normally, where there's a lot of confusion, there's a lie in there somewhere, and we haven't got to the bottom of this. But it's something going on. It's something really going on there, and I'm not gonna let them forget. Like, hey, you just switched a friend. First, your friend was a man. Now it's a woman. But okay. Not that that's a big deal. It's just that somebody's lying. So Dominique and Mac's ceremony, it's an uneventful ceremony. It goes according to plan. Nothing big or whatever. But once they got married, they sat down to chat. And I'm not sure if they both were nervous or they're not even feeling each other. Something is missing there. Dominique lets Mac know that pretty much she's been in Nashville her whole life. She's been there since she was 7. So Mac tells Dom this confusing story like, hey, I have a friend who lives in Washington. I decided to come down to Nashville. I was trying to find love, so I was hanging out with them, and like I just moved in with them, whatever. Like he just brushed over that little part or whatever. And I'm thinking, like, even if you told this information to a mature 25-year-old, like, she's gonna pick up like something is wrong, something is missing, and it's something there, and we're gonna find out. We're definitely gonna find out when people are hiding. It always comes out in the wash eventually. So yeah, I can't wait to find out. So let's move on. We're gonna go to Clint and Gina, and they're already married, so they're enjoying their reception dinner. And Clint asked Gina, like, is this your first time being married or whatever? And she's like, yeah, that's my first time. And I don't know how we got into that. She just jumps right into her career. Now, give an example how your career is set up or what you do, hours that you do. Those are normal questions, but they made it appear like Gina just would not stop talking about her work. I print the spreadsheets out, and then I go get my staff of 8, and I'm like, this ain't a business meeting, Gina. But it is really no different from what Clint does. Everything has to be sailing or on the water. We got to eat breakfast on the water. We got to take a honeymoon on the water. Married at First Sight going pay for your tickets and fly you wherever you want to go. Clint want to take the money and sail to wherever they want to go. That's the kind of tip he on. But this is a thing where how it may become difficult for people when they're older to get married because some people are not flexible. They're stuck in their ways. They're so used to being single and they got stuff going on. Like Gina at this point is in the middle of starting a brand new business, which is like a baby or a husband. Like she's married to her business. She can't just like, oh yeah, I just got married, so I got to slack off. She got to take care of that business and get it running. That may take a couple of years. So I don't know why she working. Maybe Clint will be on the water. Who knows? But I've always believed that Married at First Sight, they don't match these people to find love and happiness. they match it for drama and to pull out triggers. But I used to be triggered by it, but I'm no longer. It's just entertainment, and we're gonna go along with the foolishness. So let's just keep going. But pretty much Clint, he's not impressed with all the work stuff. He wants to travel the world. Like he's almost retired or something. I don't know what he does, how much money he got, who knows, but we're gonna find out maybe. So going back to Jasmine and Eris, as I said, they were sitting down in their reception dinner, and she had mentioned the 4 dogs, but she forgot a very important detail. Of those many jobs that don't provide dental insurance at all, she is a puppy breeder. And in this present moment, she is breeding. She's already bred. They're born. They're alive. She got to feed them or feed the dogs, whatever, take care of them. 9 puppies. So she says she got 4 pets as dogs, and then she got 9 more to take care of. And I'm like, now, this is some information that should have came out in the wedding ceremony when they talk about your personality or your lifestyle or all that, or even your vows. I need to know that if I'm going to be with you, there's going to be 13 dogs around. 13 dogs around. Now, people may say, oh, yeah, she going to sell them. You always got to account for 13 dogs. And if we're in a recession, she might not be able to sell none of them. 13 dogs around. Now, just saying 13 dogs, I can smell the 13 dogs, the stank in the air, the constant whining and crying, like you trying to take a nap or relax, or even at night, somebody crying, somebody barking. When you relax and trying to watch the game, you got to turn it up extra high because you got dogs barking and lunching and moving around. And let's not forget that smell of 13 dogs. My goodness. Eris was shook and so was I. I was like, what the? I mean, for real. 13 dogs? And matter of fact, they go into a shared apartment. There's no way 13 dogs would be there. That's not the problem. But you got to think, once we leave, whatever our arrangement is going to be, whether she come to my house or we're going to be at her house, it's got to be a space to accommodate 13 dogs. Who wants to imagine that? Life looks bleak. I know for sure Eris should have went home with his side piece. He totally should have just left. Obviously, she can see the future. She knows best. He should have left. Because there ain't no way. 13 dogs. I mean, I'm serious. That is serious. That's a deal breaker. That's room to get annulment, a divorce, all that stuff. I need to know this up front. This man don't have no pets at all. And not that I even like Eris, but I think that is so inconsiderate. Mavs is pulling a good one. This man been in the streets, living in the streets, loving the streets. Now he got 13 dogs. Oh my goodness. And what does Jasmine have to say? We'll navigate that. You don't navigate 13 dogs for nothing. They navigate you. That's your life. And she's supposed to be working these multiple jobs. Who's taking care of these 13 dogs? So obviously he gonna get home before her while she had cheerleading practice. He gotta take at least 4 of them dogs out, or the mama and the daddy, or whoever, or I don't know. Just oh my goodness, perish the thought. I mean, that take all the fun about having a pet. I mean, that's a job. That's a career. He need to quit his job so he can take care of 13 dogs. But anyway, we see the couples who we're moving to the couple who's probably voted the most talkative in school. Who is that? Nicole and Chris. Now, I mean, they when I say they talk, I never seen 2 people just talk. It's more so they're talking at each other. And I kind of, I was in the beginning truly a big fan of Nicole, of her mindset, of how she had it. I'm in the mindset, I'm going to be flexible. Any issues in the marriage, I'm going to work it out. Divorce is not an option, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to do whatever I can do to make the marriage work. But now, she is talking oh, Chris might be too nice. I'm like, here we go. Mavston did it again. Now, granted, she got a story. Oh, I never been treated well. All the men treat me like crap. They never value me. They never gave me anything. I had to buy my own McDonald's, all that kind of good stuff. Now, this man is worshiping her. He lives to make her happy. He lives to make this marriage work. Oh, he too nice. Like, that's the thing. Some women don't truly know what they want. She got what she's been asking for. Now she don't want it. It's too much. She has a point in a sense, because normally when a person focuses on one person so much, they're going to get tired or frustrated or exhausted from it. And that's when you're going to see the other side of them. So I get that part a little bit, but where she's coming from, it's more of a self-sabotage, like she's already doubting it ain't going to work, or, he's going to be too much. He's going to give her too much love and be too kind to her. Get out of here. So with this season, I could say, like, this has probably been the toughest friends and family group out of all the bunches. I mean, like we're pretty much all the situations. We got some type of family member that's going way off the left or whatever. And, of course, I got to mention Eris and his kissing cousin. She just comes off like an ex. She's like I said, she's so invested. She's like, you're talking to Eris's friend with benefits or whatever. You're not talking to one of his family members, because it's like she don't want it to work. She just like scowling at this lady, but I'll go a little deep in that in a minute. Let's go to Kirsten. Now, Kirsten, her sisters, like, they giving Shaq the third degree. I mean, like, they're not even giving him a chance. Now, granted, they do have some points. I'm not saying like they off base, because it does come off like, he's a pageant king, or even a queen, but he's the pageant king who's answered all the questions right. Yes, I want world peace. I want to live. I want to love. And where I stood at on the aisle, God told me to do this. When I ate my steak first instead of my salad and my wedding reception, God told me to do it. He just keeps saying God, God, God. Now, let's be clear. We got that. God is the creator, the ruler, the director, and all things. But like, when you're speaking like that, it sounds like a cover up, like you're removing yourself and you're not taking responsibility of where you're going in your life, because we do have free will to make choices. So it's a little suspect. So I get that, but they being like way too hard on him. Like, this is the type of guy that Kirsten said that she wanted, but we know she's not attracted to. And like, she got what she wanted. As I said, Morris Chestnut is not filling out the application. It's not happening. He don't need to. He's getting proposed to, even though he's married. There's ladies who will propose to him in front of his wife. Why do you expect to find your dream guy at Married at First Sight? Something's going to be off. Nobody's perfect. And especially not those people filling out those applications. I'm just telling you. It don't make no sense. It's asking too much. Now, Nicole's father, he's accusing, Chris of being a scammer, a criminal, all kind of things. Like, thinking like, I'm so different. I'm not so different. I'm just like your daughter. We both taking a leap of faith. They believe we want the same thing. So let's see how it works. Let's stop all that stuff. Just try to support your daughter the best you can. Yes, it's unconventional. We got that. Who don't think that? Now, Dominique's mother is a whole nother thing. She wondered if Mac is like Jeffrey Dahmer type situation. And I'm thinking, like, it's kind of weird for her to be in that mindset, because she signed Dominique up for this. She didn't want, Dominique probably don't even know what's on the application. And that's probably why she got a white husband, because look at Mama. Mama got herself a white husband too. So Dominique she didn't probably know what she was getting or whatever. So who knows? Because in real life, most people don't know what you truly want or what makes you tick or the things that you're attracted to. Most people don't. Only you know that, for real. Even some people's mama. So if Dominique's mama had them concerns, you shouldn't have signed her up. You should have just introduced her to some people at church or something. I don't know. But now I would say with Era's sister cousin, while she was talking to Jasmine, it felt stank. It felt like she had a beef with her, like you was on Ready to Love, you talking to one of the exes or whatever. But what I did like is how Jasmine pretty much directed her answers towards his mother. It was almost like, girl, stay over there. We keeping you over there or whatever. I'm not even really feeding into you because actually that was one of Jasmine's fears, that her husband would have an overprotective family member. So, you know, she kind of she got what she thought she would get. So pretty much that was it. Just goes on to who I'm forgetting Gina and Clint. Gina's bridesmaid was like a close talker. She was like all up in Clint's face like this. I'm like, damn, you drunk, lady, back up off that man. That, looked like she was almost gonna kiss him, but I guess she didn't have the awareness of where her space was. And even one of her friends was like crossed some lines with Clint, talking about like, hey, tonight don't even try to consummate the marriage. You need to wait till the honeymoon. I was like, what? Clint should have said, guess what? You know what? I'm going to take her down tonight just because you said that. Just because you said that, I'm going to take her down. Number 66. Yeah. But, yeah, people was overstepping their bounds. I would probably say the only who had the coolest family. I'm going to say Jasmine is the one that had the coolest family. Like, her sisters, they were open, they were friendly, because this is Jasmine's life. This is what she wants to do, and they're supporting her, and I can respect that. Whether it's going to work or it's not, you just be there to support her, and whatever that looks like. So I'm like, these people, the family and all that, should be ashamed of themselves. But I'm gonna say as a part of a production, and I'm gonna say. Speaking of production, like the way they had like everybody, all their family and friends ask about sex. You're gonna consummate that marriage tonight? What are you gonna do tonight, huh? You're gonna, like all that extra stuff. It was just way too much. It was just so, it was too heavy. It was too much. And at that point, like it was all the same. It was very awkward, very weird questioning. But the one that stuck out to me the most was Eris, for the streets. And he proved that he's for the streets. He told his groomsmen, they're like, hey, they brought up a scenario. They was like, well, hey, if Jasmine is ready tonight, I'm not saying y'all gonna do nothing tonight, but if she's ready tonight, you can have it your way like Burger King. What you gonna do? I bet you gonna do something nasty. And he said, you know what? I'm going to tell her, get on your knees. Get on your knees. I'm like, like her family, your family, all of y'all watching on camera. Even if you're going to tell her, get on your knees, and she like that. That's not the time or the place. This is a new world where people feel a need to overshare. Back in the day, it was such thing where you kept certain things to yourself. Hey, if saying get on your knees, do something for you, and it's your thing, that need to be in your bedroom and not telling your buddies. In this world, after he say get on your knees, the buddies be sending him a text, send me the video when she got on her knees and all that. It's a new world, and I hate it here, but ain't nothing like being here. So to pretty much close it out, as I said, they was partying like crazy. But, in every season, they always got to have some groom that just goes too far at the wedding reception. They have to do this cringeworthy dance. And who's the lucky participant this year? It's Shaq. Shaq, who was just giggling at the aisle like a schoolgirl, but can't talk to Kirsten. He doing, like he in the Chippendales, or he, doing that little thing he doing, all that, the Justin dance. Like, you can barely talk to the lady, but you showing her what you can do or whatever. And like, from what I took of it, Kirsten, she wasn't really into it. It was more like embarrassment, and it was pretty embarrassing. It was embarrassing because he ain't living like that, and she ain't feeling him like that. But I'm gonna tell you, I did notice that her mom was like that. I mean, maybe she ain't seen a man do all this in a while, but I don't know. It was the thing. So pretty much that was it. I hope and pray we don't have any more weddings. Who knows? Like the way they drag it, they might say, "Oh, it was one more couple," and then we gotta go back to the tuxedo shop and watch them get dressed and watch them go down the aisle and watch 1,700 commercials. Who knows? I'm ready to get to the honeymoon so I can break these couples down and make it do what it do. So that was a long one. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you thought, something I missed, something you want to add. And let's talk about this because this is something. It's entertainment. This can't be real. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it and I really mean it.